Alright, welcome to part 19 of the Resident Evil 4 Remake playthrough. So, now that we just did the playable Ashley section, I'm actually gonna go and backtrack through the library and go through this level design that Ashley was just in, because there are some hidden goodies in here as well.
Yeah, we saw all
so
those things, all those cages that had items that Ashley could not get.
Yeah, now that we have our neutral special, the gun.
Yeah. And just pure strength, because I suppose Ashley can't break all those pots and stuff.
Nah, she just had more. What's it called? She just isn't a Zelda fan, so like she didn't even feel the need to.
Right? Yeah. She never played a Zelda game before, so she didn't have that instinct to break everything.
She was always a fan of Zelda herself than Link.
Just been waiting for that one game where you actually play as Zelda.
The one that's coming out like in a few what?
Is it coming out this year?
Yeah, it is.
I think so. Yeah.
This year?
Yeah, it's coming out this year.
Okay. Didn't know that. Well, maybe I did and forgot about it. Oh, Jesus.
Dude, that's like
I just don't play games where a woman is the protagonist.
Oh no, women protagonists? Oh no, Nintendo has gone woke.
Oh no!
Despite like being the first company, I think to have a female protagonist.
Right?
Yeah, wasn't that like Metroid?
Yeah, Metroid.
Yeah.
That's a whole
whole
gimmick of that one, I think.
Yeah,
well,
all the way back in '86. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not gimmick, but because you didn't find out until
until you actually survived through that. Yeah, until you actually survived through that archaic ass game.
Yeah. Oh, that's such an old game.
Yeah, it
is. I still get plenty of joy from it. We did it for the channel, like.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
we did do it.
Yeah, wasn't it like you played the original and I played Zero Mission or something like that?
Yeah, that's how we did it. Yeah, because I thought that would be cool, and the games are short enough that I could do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, NES Metroid is still archaic as shit. I still find a lot of joy from it, actually.
Yeah. Oh
so
my god.
I
Did you
can
get
see
like
why
a final stand?
Huh?
Or how were you? You had like no health.
Let's try that again.
Oh yeah, I should say this gold plaga here, that's a super boss actually.
Oh.
Yeah, the remake adds super bosses to the game. These are optional. You can only get like big treasure out of it. And there are 3 super bosses total in the game, 1 for each section of the game. So the one in the village was like actually one of those like Plagas dogs actually. It was like a really big and beefier one. Yeah. And so we have our castle one now, the Golden Knight. I can't exactly shoot his weak spot because it's right behind him and he turns around really quickly.
Hmm.
And I shoot the wrong fucking knight.
I was honestly just about to ask if you used that revolver at any point so I could actually get a good look at it.
Yeah, no, I'm using it right now specifically for the super bosses.
Just stand still and let me show you.
Yeah, despite his big size, he is a nimble motherfucker. So you just have to very quickly.
He is very tall, isn't he?
Very, yes.
You fucking like.
Or that's the difference between 5'11" and 6 foot.
I'll say
that's funny. Yeah.
Way to load that gun.
Oh yeah.
Shockingly, so it looks like it's supposed to be a Smith & Wesson Schofield.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, first of all, an interesting gun to have because it was mostly a gun used during the time of the Wild West. They were prone to jamming.
I see.
But a lot of the times, Nothing like loading that gun the way you did was wrong. That's how you're supposed to load it. But many people kind of like kept it off to the side because there was a chance that some of the it did have its chances on misfiring, like whenever you shot the gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is interesting to load it that way because most people would hold it off to the side while they reload it. That way, if there was a bullet that misfired, nothing within the area of removing the cylinder would cause it to go off right in your face.
I see.
Huh.
Yeah. Well,
imagine like the misfire is an actual mechanic that can happen.
I could imagine that honestly in a Fallout game.
Yeah,
you have
Fallout
to.
Would have it.
It misfires, and you have to manually remove the bullet from it.
Right. Yeah.
I think they actually had that in like one of the Far Cry games where they would have the gun jam.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think it was Far
that
Cry
does sound
2.
familiar.
I remember. Oh.
Yeah,
I recall
2 had
something
gun
like
jams.
that. I don't remember. Yeah, Far Cry 2 definitely had gun jams. Man, I forgot how exactly that mechanic worked.
I think it was just random.
Was it? Okay.
I think it was just random. I will say though, it was a pain in the ass of an issue to have, especially when you're in a gunfight.
Oh, well, yes, in a very tough firefight. Yeah. Oh, wasn't it also? Well, in Far Cry 2's case, there's also like a weapon degradation system in that game, right? Because performance of weapons would be slightly different if you had them like fresh and brand new, as opposed to like rusty and dirty and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even games like Fallout tend to have that, where you would notice the performance of the weapon would decrease if you didn't keep your weapons in shape.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, even Red Dead Redemption 2 had that.
Oh, okay.
Like in those games, you would notice that if you didn't keep your weapons clean, that you would physically have to go out to like stores and stuff and get gun oils to clean your weapons, or they would affect your the damage you were able to deal.
Oh, fascinating.
You gotta lubricate that gun.
Yeah.
You gotta oil it up.
Yeah.
I should question why the fuck you're putting a Brugger and Tomet on your back and not on your hip. Considering a Brugger and Tomet is small enough to fit on your hip.
That is quite a small gun to have your entire back for.
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't even have a stock on it.
Yeah, I don't. Well, because I didn't even purchase a stock. I usually don't in these games. I'm
like, if you have a Brugger and Tomet, if you at least have the stock on the back, then fine. I would understand putting it on your back. But for as small as it is, you could just keep it at your hip.
Well, I don't. It might have something to do with. Because in the original game, you could only have like the one weapon on you at a time. If you wanted to switch weapons, you'd have to go into the inventory menu and select the menu. There was no D-pad switching in there, yeah. So like, although you just held the guns in your hands, there was like no storing them away. Yeah, no, that's the point, because you didn't. Because in the original, you only had like the one weapon in your hand. You didn't see like the last previous used weapon on your back at all, because that's just not how they did it back then. So there's that. And segue off that, in the VR version, you are allowed to like dual wield weapons on it, because VR, you have two hands at your disposal. So the single-handed weapons are right there on your hip holster. The two-handed weapons are on your back, so you would have to reach over your shoulder to grab them. And so the TMP is technically a two-handed weapon, so they did put it behind your back if you had it equipped.
It's on your back because of fucking technicality.
Yeah, pretty much.
I also might
Because that's
have
just how the VR version classified their weapons. There was the single-handed weapon and the dual-handed weapons.
I also might have a minor nitpick depending on how. Okay,
What's that?
that might be a nitpick for me.
Huh.
Not the way the weapon sits on your back, but how it's just sitting there without anything supporting it.
Oh,
yeah.
like the model.
I was just
kind of
fucking floating. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
I didn't know that.
just sort of just floating on your back. It's not attached to a sling or anything. But that's just a minor nitpick for me.
Gotcha.
Game's not realistic.
I can't believe this game doesn't have realistic
yeah.
physics. This game sucks.
I can't believe the game about fucking 6-foot tall knights, like 8-foot tall knights rather, and fucking 6-foot tall flies isn't realistic. Oh man.
0 out of 10.
Hey, the creatures can be as inaccurate as they want to. When it comes to the guns, that's where I step in.
That's why you're a certified gun expert.
Trust me, I'm far from certified.
I think we said this exact same shit in a different episode.
I can guarantee if anybody ever watches this, there's going to be someone who probably corrects me. Because I will guarantee that I don't know everything about guns. I just know what... I mean, there are some that I do know a lot about, but there's some...
Actually...
Yeah. I've always said that if you put 3 gun nerds in a room, the only thing they will agree on is that one of them is wrong.
They're gonna be like, if you put 3 gun nerds in a room, only one of them's gonna leave alive.
I mean, depends on how serious the argument goes.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You're wrong. Let me show you how it actually works.
And depends on what every gun nerd's carrying.
The fucking... You know the meme, right? The fucking Breaking Bad one where Walter purchases, like, the snub gun. And he just like pulls it out quickly from his pocket or something. Just
yes.
Goes, king, king, king. Yeah, that's the meme. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, let me show you how it actually works.
You could accurately describe who here has seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Well, not in a long
I've seen the
time.
first.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while.
I've seen the first and second movie.
Fuck, then nobody will understand the reference I'm making. Because most here haven't seen it, and...
It's literally
Fredo's
that.
only
Has
seen the
anybody
first
seen Tron?
Yeah, it's quite literally that scenario. It's
No.
like, well, fuck, nobody's gonna get it.
What,
Well-
really? No one?
We'll do it anyways.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to put context then. So, who here actually cares about spoilers for those movies?
I
don't
do
care.
not care at all.
I don't
No,
care.
no, Ethan, we only know you care when Gears of War is involved.
Hey, shut up. That was a sad day.
So in the third movie, essentially the entire crew of the ship has to convince Jack to go with them, but he doesn't want to. So they all like start pointing guns at each other. In, like,
Oh, it's that scene?
Yes, and then they all pull where they all pull the triggers, but their guns are like because they were covered in water, like they won't shoot because that's what fucking happens when you put powder fucking guns in water. That's essentially the equivalent of what happens when a group of gun nerds are fucking put together.
Yeah. Yeah, once you started describing it, I was like, yeah, that does sound kind of familiar. I feel like I've seen that, but like I said, I haven't seen the movies in a long while.
I do find it really funny that you literally did that. Has anybody seen Tron?
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite literally just my SAO abridged moment right there.
Who here has watched Blue's Clues?
these remind me of the buggers from Halo?
I don't know.
Well, they do
don't-
kind of look like them. They're just very big.
Yeah, just a larger version.
Yeah, so these are the Novistadors. They're like, they're just bug creatures. Yeah, well, the thing about them is they're camouflage. So, like that, where did that one come from?
Yeah, that one was kind of hiding in the floor a little bit.
Yeah, so, yeah, because in a dormant state, they blend in with their environment. So you can't, like that.
Wow.
So that's really good fucking camouflage.
Right, yeah, so you just kind of have to. So, it's, I guess, I'm not exactly sure what it has to do. Maybe it's because of the physics engine or something. I'm not sure. But in the original, like, they didn't have camouflage exactly, but they were invisible. They could turn invisible.
I feel like it just made it so, like, it would just make more sense since most animals can have some type of camouflage.
Possibly, yeah. So, like, I don't know if, like, the original idea was... See, where the fuck do these things come
they
from?
hide it really well.
They might just be in the rubble as well, just hiding in there.
No, like, they can camouflage themselves as the rubble. That's the thing.
Yeah, I see that.
But, like, yeah, for... In the original, like,
They're
they
one of the sets of stairs.
Oh, yes, the entire stair.
Yeah.
Oh, I see some of them. Yeah, they camouflage really well. If you're just running ahead, you will get caught off guard real easily.
Very much so, yeah. Because in the original, they didn't try to, like hide in plain sight type of thing, because they're just enemies that could turn invisible, and that was all that they were. I remember
Just shaking them.
I remember when we did Doom 2016 and we thought the invisible pinkies looked weird in that game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's just
I mean,
like...
yeah, the pinkies were very odd because, like, they weren't really... they were visible, but, like, there was, like, some sheen around them that let you at least see them a little bit.
Right.
Like, you can still make out the shape of the pinky.
No, the piggy, yeah.
I mean, they're both pink.
Pigs in that game.
Yeah, so, yeah, we thought that just looked a little awkward, because in the original Doom, like, all they had was, like a transparent outline of a pinky, and that's just how they translated that. And so, like, I don't... Oh, man, the transition to 3D was so rough. Yeah. That's just kind of all that they were. I think these camouflage Novistadors, like, they actually try to hide in plain sight, which is actually neat. So,
yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like it's also just because, like, they didn't want to make the pinkies too hard to spot, considering that you were already gonna be hectic enough trying to kill everything else.
potentially, yeah. It was just a graphical thing that really just like, oh, this looks a little bit weird, you know. Oh god, this fucking room. They didn't get rid of it. God damn it.
Oh, it's the second water room.
Yeah, no, this room has the double Garradors, which I don't like Garradors per se. They're blind, but they're a little bit more aggressive, I think, in the remake. Yeah, because as soon as you make a sound, like a gunshot or something, they charge right after you, which is... I mean, they did that in the original as well, but like, fuck, this is so much more violent now.
Oh my god!
Like, as I was saying...
God damn.
Yeah.
In an alternate universe.
Cool. Yeah, this happened to me like my very first time playing. I was like, what the fuck is... Whoa!
What the
Oh, but is that supposed to happen?
Did you fucking crash or get soft locked?
No, just keep watching.
Are you just falling into an infinite?
And now I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't see anything.
What a great way to end the episode.
That was awesome.
It was like the game.
Yeah.
It was like the game couldn't handle because I was going into a roundhouse at the same time an enemy charged and grabbed me. It didn't know how exactly. Yeah, to
They know how to
program that.
handle.
It didn't know how to handle it. So freaking the one that just charged and grabbed me just like flew all the way out of the castle. Oh man!
Get sent to the void.
You're going to the shadow realm.
Yeah, it's like fucking like the Smashers thing. I'm sending you to Minecraft.
You are going to Brazil.
And I thought I was gonna get soft lock, but then I just magically appeared back in the room.
I thought you were gonna fall like just infinitely, but then it's just
I
like
thought you gotta be soft
now.
locked. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just like that was real time 30 seconds, so it was quite strange, and I didn't remember if I had put it in there, but I'm glad I did because that was wild.